Okay, so now that we're less than a week away from school finishing, I wanted to go ahead and just talk a little bit about the academic school year. So I want to take a couple of minutes to reflect about what we need to kind of like work on or improve. First, can you introduce yourself and what grade you teach?
I'm Mrs. Barzaga. I teach kindergarten.
Mrs. Dominguez, 5th grade.
Mrs. Medina, 3rd grade.
And I'm Ms. Diaz, 2nd grade. Okay, so basically what we're going to talk about today is the 5 components of reading, which are phonemic awareness, phonics, fluency, vocabulary, and reading comprehension, okay? There's no wrong or right answers to it, just whatever you feel. And the boss isn't going to see this, so no pressure. Okay, so do you teach phonemic awareness in your class? And how do you do it in your class, if you do? So let's start with, do you teach phonemic awareness in class?
I teach phonemic awareness, which is part of the reading program. On a daily basis, it's done during like a group formation type of thing. And then we go into our individual group work.
Okay.
But yes, it is taught.
Okay.
I do not teach it in 5th grade.
Okay.
I just very, very lightly. I touch it like twice or 3 times a week.
Twice or 3 times a week?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
and then I do it as well, but it's incorporated within our phonics book, which is
Yes,
3 to 4 times a week.
exactly. And the same thing with you.
Okay. Do you teach phonics?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Like you have a phonics textbook that's
It
separate
isn't a phonics textbook. It's within the writing book that they have.
So their
which it
writing book is
encompasses
writing
everything.
phonics. Okay.
It encompasses everything, but it's within that at the beginning of each lesson, plus including the group time.
Is it part of the reading series, or is that how it
It's-
works?
yeah,
So
it's
everything
part of
is
the
all
reading
for
series.
you. Everything is combined. Reading,
Everything's
language arts.
combined.
Okay, writing perfect. Okay. Do you do phonics?
I do not do
You
phonics.
do not do
either.
phonics.
Yes, I do.
And you have a phonics book?
I have a phonics book.
Okay. And then I have a phonics book as well, which we incorporate. It's separate from our reading series
It
as
is
well.
separate, yes.
Okay. Do you teach fluency in your classroom, and what resources do you use to help you? Like, for example, in my class, I have an audio CD that we use for the stories. And I believe you do
And
as
my
well.
class, we have it with a smart board.
And I also do,
Yes.
Basically repeating the stories and changing voice and stuff like that.
Yes.
Do you guys kind of work on that, or?
I do as well. I have, I guess it would be through the smart board. I try to find it in the audio form.
Okay.
And have the kids reading along. Sometimes I read to them if it's a longer story, especially the chapter books. And sometimes I'll have them read in pairs just to practice with their fluency.
Okay, perfect. And then Ms.
In
Barber?
my classroom, basically what we do is, with the smart board, we do like co-reading. And
Okay.
we read it to the class and for our practice. And then I'll find some programs that they have on the smart board as well. But we do the student readers. I put them in groups and they do student, like they take turns at reading. And we have oral assessments, like individuals. So they're constantly reading. And for homework, they do it on a daily basis.
Okay, so it's part of their homework. Like, okay, perfect. Overall, the Iowa scores that we had for the school were kind of low for vocabulary for the archdiocese. Is there anything that you could think of that we could improve as in a school? Like, for example, I think right now we don't have in 2nd grade, I don't know if 3rd grade, if it applies to you, I don't have a vocabulary book.
I don't.
I have for high frequency words. I know you don't have one. I believe that you have one.
I have
That,
that.
yes.
Do you
We
do
try
you,
to
do
do
you
it.
realistic? Do you teach it, or do you kind of just assign it? I mean,
I introduce the lesson and I try to have them use it, but realistically it ends up being 2 to 3 times a week.
okay.
So it's not like a daily subject.
So that's something that I guess we need to like kind of like work on, I think, a little bit, right?
Yes.
Overall? Yeah. Okay. Are you currently happy and comfortable with the reading program? Because I think you were saying that
I'm
we're
super
talking
happy.
before, right? But your program changed, correct?
My program changed, which I think it's a million times better.
And what program is it that you're using?
Scott Forsman Reading Street. But I know that for the kindergarten level, it is really, I mean, we do the Common Core, so it does practically everything.
And when was that changed for you? Do you remember?
That was changed like 4 years ago
4 years ago. Okay.
when I
And-
started with kinder.
Okay. And then
I think as a
Currently-
whole, I
currently,
think
like, right
currently we have the reading street, but we have an older version.
Yeah.
I'm not happy
Right.
with it. I
No, the older
don't feel that it encompasses better for the the Common Core curriculum, and I feel like it needs to also integrate more of the writing and other skills that the kids are lacking.
I just feel like we have a reading
Right.
workbook, we have language arts, we have a handwriting, we have 4 different books,
And they
none
don't
of
go
them
hand
are
in hand.
They are
They don't
go
yes,
hand in
they
hand.
and
are
the reading book is
Yeah.
So it's not
It's not
cost
a-
curriculum.
We're
Yes.
also missing
Yes.
a lot of resources,
Right.
I feel,
No,
for,
me too.
for reading.
Yes, and the
And-
workbook
and
doesn't
writing
go
skills.
sometimes with the readings, with the skills that are there in the
Right,
in the-
exactly.
yeah.
So we kind of need to like incorporate, like yours is all incorporated, we need something like that for us. If money, time, and resources weren't an issue, what changes would you make to the reading curriculum? Like, for example, I would love to have the audios. I would love to have the basal, like the small books
Yes.
For individuals.
For
for individuals. I would love to have the, you know, they also have like in their book, it has little sections of like students who are below level, above
Yes.
level.
I would love
On
to be able to
target.
have those available online for the kids,
Me too.
so
Online.
that they can be
Work.
assigned at home, so that if a student is below level, you can assign them this to help them bring them up a little bit on
And even
the
when they have
specific
extra time
skill.
in class, they can
Yes.
work.
Oh,
If
yeah,
they had,
yes.
I mean, obviously, if they had iPads, it would be better, but.
And the iPads would be better, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay.
That we don't, pero I don't in the break. But
Right.
yes.
All right. I think that's it. Do you guys have any questions?
No.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll go ahead and write like a little report and show it to Ms. Cabrera with some improvements. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ms. Cabrera. Yeah.